If you refuse to live in a dystopian world, watch this video until the end so you can learn how to protect yourself and your loved ones from a dangerous system being built around you right now. I'll explain what is happening, why it matters, and the steps you can take to protect yourself before it's too late. But first, picture this. Your wife is in the passenger seat. She is pregnant. Contractions are 4 minutes apart. It is 2 a.m. on a rural highway, 40 minutes from the nearest hospital. Your hands are on the wheel. Your heart is pounding. You're driving hard because you have to, and your car shuts off. Not because it broke down, not because you ran out of gas, because a passive monitoring system inside your dashboard read your biometric stress response, decided you were impaired, and killed the engine. No warning, no override, no police officer, no warrant. Just off. Here's the second scenario. You're in a parking garage late at night. Something is wrong. You felt it the moment the elevator opened. Someone is behind you, moving fast. You get to your car, you get in, you slam the door. Your heart is slamming too. You hit the start button, and the system reads it. Elevated heart rate, shaking hands, erratic inputs. The algorithm decides those are signs of impairment. The car will not start, and whoever was behind you just caught up. That is not science fiction. That is Section 24,220 of the 2021 Infrastructure, Investment, and Jobs Act. That is current United States law. And if you are driving anything built after 2026, that system is either already in your car or it is coming. There's a $15 fix. But first, you need to understand exactly how far this already goes, because the window to act is closing faster than almost anyone realizes. Here's what the law actually says, and why the language was written to make sure you would not catch it on first read. Section 24,220 mandates that every new passenger vehicle sold in the United States must include a passive monitoring system capable of preventing or limiting vehicle operation if impairment is detected. That is the actual statutory text. Passive, meaning it runs without you activating it, without you knowing it. Every time you get in the car, the word impairment was chosen deliberately. It sounds like drunk driving prevention. That is exactly what they told the media. That is exactly what they told your congressman. But here where it gets very scary, the technical standard being developed to implement this law does not only monitor alcohol. It monitors biometrics, eye tracking, steering pattern deviation. In vehicles with capacitive steering wheels, it reads your heart rate directly through your palms. The algorithm decides what is normal. The algorithm decides what gets flagged. You have no appeal. You have no override. You receive no warning before the car stops, and the infrastructure to do this remotely has existed for 15 years. GM's OnStar demonstrated remote vehicle disabling for law enforcement in 2009. They called it stolen vehicle slowdown. No officer required, no warrant required. A call center operator pressed a button and your car decelerated and stopped. By 2014, they had used it over 5,000 times, 5,000 stops, 0 court orders, 0 judicial oversight. The public barely noticed because they called it a theft prevention feature. Section 24,220 does not give GM permission to do this. It requires every manufacturer, Ford, Toyota, Honda, Tesla, Chrysler, every single one, to build this capability into every vehicle starting in June of 2026. No opt-out, no exemption, mandatory. 3 members of Congress saw this for what it was. Thomas Massie, Scott Perry, and Chip Roy introduced amendments to strip the mandate from the bill. They were voted down by both parties. Bipartisan agreement that your car should have a kill switch the government can activate. George Orwell published his warning in 1949 in the book called 1984. We called it fiction. We built it anyway, bolted it under your dashboard, and called it a safety feature. Now here is exactly how the system reaches into your vehicle, and step by step, exactly where you cut it off. Your car's telematics unit is a cellular transmitter hardwired into your vehicle's data network. It has its own SIM card. It communicates with manufacturer servers around the clock. It does not need your phone. It does not need your Wi-Fi. It is always on. And right now, millions of vehicles have insurance company dongles plugged directly into the OBD2 port on top of that. Progressive Snapshot, State Farm Drive, safe and save, harvesting your speed, your location, your braking patterns, every route you have ever driven, transmitting it all to a server you have never seen. You clicked through fine print to save 15%. You did not know what you were handing over. Here is how you shut all of it down. Do these in order. Step 1 is the OBD2 port. This is the small rectangular socket under your steering column, driver's side, within arm's reach of your left knee. It has been in every car sold in America since 1996. If anything's plugged into it right now, pull it out today. Not this weekend, today. Then lock it permanently. Search Amazon for OBD port lock. You want a metal or aluminum locking version, not plastic. The two best options right now are the VTT OBD Lock, which is precision machined from billet aluminum and runs about $35, and the OBD port lock with carbon fiber composite construction that runs $14 to $18 and fits 99% of vehicles on the road. Both come with 2 keys and a security bit. Installation is 4 minutes. You slide it over the port, tighten 2 security screws with the included tool, and nothing plugs into that port again without your key. Store the spare in your glove box. Important note, GM vehicles use a slightly different port configuration. If you drive a GM product, search specifically for VTT OBD Lock GM version or OBD Port Lock GM compatible, because the standard universal fit will not seat correctly on your vehicle. Step 2 is your connected car app. Open it on your phone right now. My Chevrolet, Ford Pass, Toyota Connected Services, Honda Link, Uconnect, whatever your manufacturer uses. Go to Settings, find Data Sharing or Privacy. Disable every toggle on that screen, every single one. For GM and Chevrolet owners specifically, this alone is not enough. You need to call OnStar directly at 1-888-466-7827 and cancel the service completely. They will offer you free months, discounted rates, emergency services, everything they have. Stay on the line. Say cancel. Get written confirmation before you hang up. Without that call, the module stays active regardless of what the app shows you. For Ford owners, inside your Sync touchscreen, go to Settings, then General, then Privacy Mode. Switch it on. This tells the onboard modem to stop outbound transmissions. On 2019 and newer Ford Escape models, the telematics module is physically located under the trunk floor. On F-Series trucks, it sits on the driver's side, rear wall of the cab, behind the back seat. You will see a trim panel. Pull it back. The module is a small black box with 3 connectors, 2 antenna leads and 1 power and data harness. Disconnect all 3. Your radio and navigation keep working. The phone home function stops. Now here is the critical thing nobody tells you. Canceling your subscription and toggling the app does not turn off the transmitter. The modem stays live after cancellation. It stops sending data to your named account. Where it goes after that is buried in a terms of service document you never read. The vehicle is still transmitting. You just lost visibility into where. That is why the physical disconnection matters more than any software setting you change. For GM vehicles, Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, Cadillac, the OnStar telematics module is most commonly located under the dashboard on the driver's side, above the steering column area. Remove the lower cover panel. 1 bolt secures the air duct. The module sits right above it. 3 wire connectors, purple, maroon, and white. Disconnect all 3. On some models, it is located behind the glove box or under the center console instead. If you pull the glove box and see a small black box with a wiring harness, that is it. 1 connector. Press the locking tab and pull. Done. For Honda Civic and CR-V owners, the telematics module sits beneath the infotainment unit. Disconnect the negative battery terminal first. Remove the screws holding the infotainment unit. Disconnect its electrical connectors. Lift it out. And the telematics module is the small black box underneath it with several connectors attached. Disconnect those connectors. Reinstall the infotainment unit. Everything audio related keeps working. For Toyota owners, the module is typically behind the glove box. Drop the glove box by releasing the retaining clips on the sides. No tools required on most models. The module is a small black unit with a multi-pin connector. Disconnect it. For Dodge and Chrysler products including Durango, Ram, and Jeep, the module sits behind the glove box or at the rear of the center console housing. Use a plastic pry tool along the trim panel edges. No screws on most models, just clips. Locate the module, press the locking tab on the wiring harness connector, and pull it free. One thing to know before you do any of this, on some vehicles, particularly certain Chevy models, the telematics module shares a fuse with the radio or the digital speedometer. Before you disconnect anything, pull up your fuse box diagram, which is printed inside the fuse box cover, and identify fuse 18 or the fuse labeled TCU or telematics. If you prefer a non-invasive approach, pulling that fuse cuts power to the module completely without touching any wiring. The trade-off is that it may also cut certain display functions depending on your model year. The physical connector disconnect is cleaner on most vehicles and affects fewer secondary systems. Last step, go into your phone. Find your car manufacturer's app under App Permissions. Revoke location access. Revoke background data. Refresh. The app does not need your GPS to function. It only needs it to track you. And here's another situation that makes this technology so terrifying. It's not just about one person being in distress and needing to escape, where a car reads their biometrics, decides they're unsafe, disables the vehicle, and leaves them trapped in an emergency. That alone is dangerous enough, but now think bigger. Imagine a national emergency. A tornado, earthquake, wildfire, storm, attack, or any situation where entire neighborhoods or cities are told to evacuate immediately. In those moments, people are naturally stressed. Their heart rates are elevated, their breathing changes, their bodies are in survival mode. Now imagine thousands, or even millions, of vehicles interpreting that stress as a reason to shut down, restrict movement, or prevent people from leaving. Entire towns could be stranded. Major cities could be paralyzed. Families trying to escape danger could be trapped exactly when every second matters. That is the part people are not thinking about. This is not just a personal freedom issue, it is a public safety issue. In the wrong hands, or under the wrong system, this kind of technology could turn a vehicle from a means of escape into a point of control. Here's the timeline that matters. NHTSA is finalizing the implementation rules for Section 24220 right now. Once the system is soldered directly into the primary engine control unit, not as a removable module, not as a connected services add-on, but hardwired into the core computer that runs the engine, every single step I just walked you through becomes impossible. The module will not be a separate box with a connector you can reach. It will be the computer itself. The window is open today, it will close. Remember the parking garage. Remember the rural highway at 2 a.m. Remember that the algorithm does not know your wife is in labor. It does not know someone is following you. It reads a number. It makes a decision. And there is no appeal. $14, 4 minutes, one connector. Do it before the 2026 mandate makes it a permanent feature of every car on the road. Please like and share this video to help me educate people of this horrible situation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.